And we are live today, not on Wednesday. Maybe it's suddenly for someone, but yes, today we're here on Friday. And happy Friday to everyone. Happy Friday, Amanda. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? It's going great. Good Friday for me.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I know probably Friday time it's a most valuable time like your weekend time because you are thinking about your upcoming weekends, what you will do, how you will spend this time with your family, with your friends. And Friday, it's like some kind of introduction to your upcoming weekends. And I much appreciate all the guys who are joining us today. Thank you so much. If you can put us something in the chat like hello, like present you, it will be much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining us today on your Friday. That's good. Armando, it's a regular our visitor for webinars, Armando. Sometimes I believe you should operate like a co-host on our webinars because every time you're here, I appreciate it. Thank you, Guy.
I
Hi,
really
Nick.
like it.
Happy to see you here. Hi, Ismail. Hi, Anna. Not too many people, and I prefer to start like some simple small talk to waste some time, spend some time, and for wait some people who want to join us, but not at the right time, but it's not a problem completely. We have 1 hour ahead, and we will talk today about the really interesting and so exciting to me topic personally about Amanda's tractions, about her traction with your agency, with our product, of course. And
Mhm.
I have prepared some probably interesting question who could intrigue you, not only me, but our other agencies. And definitely I will ask all the questions all the time. But could you tell me, Amanda, in general, what do you think about your traction right now? Do you happy or not happy? Just like small introduction to our upcoming questions. What do you think in general about the product and about your journey with that?
Yeah, so for those people that don't know me or my involvement with Boomerang Me yet, I found out about Boomerang Me at the end of last year. I got one of those magical DMs from a friend that said, "Hey, check out this YouTube video." Um, so I did. I looked into, and of course, Mike, you were in that video being interviewed and sharing about Boomerang Me and the tools. And by December, I was signed up, and I dove all in and went for the full yearly. I knew I was in it to make this work. So I fully committed to that. It's very motivating when you do that. And then so January 1st came, and I had now worked through that, a few weeks where you need to kind of familiarize yourself with the product and know before you go sell something, um, that the product at least a little bit. Conversationally important, right? So by mid January, I set myself a goal. I said, what am I going to accomplish in 2024? I have some financial goals that moving into 2025, I want to be at. It would change my life. It would change my household dynamic. It would fully impact my family. So how am I going to get there? And so I kind of set those goals for myself, worked backwards, and set monthly goals then. And starting mid January, I just got out there and put my feet to the turf and started selling. And then I'm hitting some success, and it's not a hard sell, Mike.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because to be honest, I'm a huge fan of smart goals and detailed decomposition of everything. Like I'm a CEO,
Mhm.
it's my sweet spot. It's my main job to, let's imagine the big picture, imagine the big goal, and decompose it to the small, simple, and achievable steps, of course, and just do it day by day. I mean, the
Yep.
planning it's really important for everyone, for every goal that you want to achieve. But the second thing is maybe probably more important than the planning. It's a commitment to actions
Yeah.
after you plan this. You can create the awesome mirror board, the mind map with the steps, with the description of all this stuff, and you see the big picture, and your brain actually is already satisfied with the results. You got your serotonin. After
Mhm.
that, you see the big picture. You are the boss here. But
Mhm.
from the morning, from the next morning, you are so lazy, you grab some coffee, you talk with your friends, and probably you could forget about your plans because your mood is different instead of the previous day, right? And the commitment is the most important thing. And I just want to congratulate you on your commitment and on your steps because, only regular steps could bring some results to your hands. Only this.
Mhm.
Magic happens when you do it. Well, yeah, absolutely right. Just one funny comment from Nick. He re-asked, "Weekend? What is a weekend?" Entrepreneurs don't have weekends. We are too busy making the world better. Yes, 100% agree. But probably sometimes make some pauses really helps to
I
stay in
would
touch
I
and
would say,
stay
Nick, I think that that's
operative.
really funny, and I can totally relate to what Nick is saying for the past 3 years, and what Boomerang me has allowed me to do is sell so consistently that I'm not working 50 and 60 hours a week, and I have my weekends free now. Um, and I'm not stressed about it, and I'm just continuing to grow. So I hope that for you, Nick.
More beach, less laptop. The main motto for this product. Yes,
Yeah.
100%. That was my best and the major idea for building this product because I was totally burned out in my agency 5 years ago when I decided to sell it to my business partner because of when you're running some one service like Facebook ads campaign and you're professional in it, you could expect your average load from your new customers. You know your capacity, and you could operate, and predict some working hours and chill hours in your schedule for the next time. But I was running, unfortunately, the full service agency
Mhm.
where we're serving different type of customers, different sizes, in different locations, and the most worst thing with different services. It's absolutely, it's a it's a big problem because you could expect like from 50 to 70% you could predict your capacity and your workaround for this product, but probably in 30 to 50% you will make the mistake and you will overperform and overwork under
Yeah.
your estimation. And this
Yeah,
is why one project overlaying to another project overlaying to another project, and this is how you get 16 hours work day. But
absolutely.
it cannot going so long. It's really really dangerous for your health, guys. Please trying to avoid this journey. It's not the good thing for you.
Mhm.
Samia, thanks for joining us. That's really nice to see you here. Guys, from what platforms you are watching these webinars, please tell us. I see Samia watching us from YouTube,
Mm.
Armando from this platform, and I'm just interested and curious about how it's streaming right now on different platforms. We're using new tool, and for us, it's very important to be online everywhere. Brandy
Thanks,
says, "Hello,
Brandy.
Mike and Amanda." Yeah, nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Actually, Amanda, I want to congrats you on your YouTube channel. It's a great initiative, and guys, don't hesitate to subscribe Amanda's channels right now. If you have, free time for a couple of clicks, do it right now. Just trying to find how to name it, how to find you on the YouTube,
So
Amanda.
I named it Amanda West Grow Your Agency. And so I'm going to be focusing on just being transparent and realistic. I think that YouTube is great and it had tools on it to help us to grow, but I am not out to make, 2 or $3 million a year. Like I have like very
Right.
realistic in my area kind of like I want to live a life that involves my family, not my business. So just being very transparent. I'm doing weekly recaps on Friday. What did my work week look like? What could that look like for somebody else as well? If I'm onboarding somebody, I'm going to go through those mindsets of, okay, so what type of loyalty card would fit this particular, restaurant or small business, and actually share those little details about what owning an agency is actually like, and hopefully, my hope is it will help other agencies to start to make those decisions and just take the action to get the work done so that they can get out of that work for the man 9 to 5 job.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for your efforts here, and I believe it will bring you some more value and more revenue from that. And guys, don't hesitate if you have some traction with this product, and I believe you have. Don't hesitate to just record what you do and share your traction with others. And don't hesitate to join our affiliate program that works absolutely similar like Go High Level. We pay 40% lifetime commission from any payment that you drives to our company, to Boomerang product. And for you, it's absolutely no-brainer deal to join. It's
Mhm.
literally, something about 5 minutes to participate and start making content. Just tell what you do and how you do that. That's all you need to do to be successful in that. Amanda, actually, I prepared some questions as I said before, and
Yeah.
today I'm gonna talk about your feedback, about your thoughts, about your future plans. But moreover, I'm gonna talk about some problems that you faced, by the way, while you onboarding your clients. What objectives do you have? How you solve it? How you answer that? And how you actually manage your pipeline? But the main question actually for today will be what the type of clients do you serve? We remember it's restaurants, and what types of loyalty programs do you suggest and do you implement into their businesses? Too many questions I actually explained right now. Let's start from the beginning. And my first question, let's start from the last thing, from the strategies, because strategies, from my perspective, how I see it, it's one of the most asked question in our community. What do you
Mhm.
suggest to implement in this business, in that business? And I believe today Amanda will unveil the top performing strategies for restaurants because she already nailed it absolutely completely.
I wish I had that level of confidence. Thanks, Mike. Um, but I definitely am experienced in it. And so, uh, you know, I think it's important when I work with restaurant owners, but I think that all small businesses have a similar situation, especially if they're small local businesses. They want that element of community, and they want that element of having someone to talk back and forth with, that can relate and has, we should have their best interest at heart. And I think many of us do. I think that it's very tempting to walk in kind of wearing your superhero cape, where you have all of the answers for them, you have all of the solutions for them. Uh, what I'm discovering over the last 4 or 5 years now is I get the most compliments from my customers when I turn off my mouth and I listen to them and I ask questions the most. And I ask them about their customers, when I ask them about how their business is structured. Then I take those answers and then I decide on the loyalty program that might be my best suggestion. I never tell a business what to do. I go in with some suggestions after I listen to them, and it really does make a big difference because you're right. I think there is a lot of insecurity, especially if this is new to you, loyalty clubs in general, and in this realm of agency ownership. There's a little bit of insecurity with that. And I don't think you should, wear a complete transparency with your customer, but you should be utilize that and ask questions about their business, because it doesn't make you look like you don't know what you're talking about. What it does make you look like is that you care and you realize that no business is exactly the same. And that's why this question is so hard to answer. Does that make sense, Mike?
Um, Moreover, I just want to add a couple of cents at the top of that because of, the business for the business owner, for the C-level manager, it's some kind of like a baby in terms of the feeling, right? And
Mhm.
how many times you could talk about your baby? I think forever.
Mhm.
Even forever, right? Because it's your masterpiece, and you could talk about this everywhere. And this is really the best thing to start conversation with your potential client. Just ask the questions, and I can sign under the any word that you say. Absolutely agree. And
Well, I will give a little more answers because I know there's gonna be some agencies owners going, "You really didn't answer that question." So I do go in with a little bit of a backpack prepared, right? Like I have a plan of action when I walk into a restaurant or a small business. I show them 4 main cards or 4 main categories because Boomerang Me does a great job of giving us lots of options, but if we provide all of those options to a customer, it's very overwhelming. It can become paralysis for them and stop our business, right? So our job is to communicate what options are available for them. So I present 3 loyalty cards categories. The first one is the stamp card because everybody just knows what that is. It's very comfortable. Then I talk about what I call the tier-based cards. Now, in my mind, I know that it could be the discount or the rewards card, right? But I call it the tier-based cards because either way, you're earning more on tiers. And then the membership card or the paid subscription is a little more familiar of a term here. So I call it the paid subscription club. So we talk about those 3 options and what their goals are for their business. And by asking some of those questions, then we decide which loyalty there is. But I always also include that coupon card because that really is the key for growing their business. Yeah.
the lamp should be here, like idea, ding.
Yes.
Yeah, completely agree that coupon, it's like a Robin for a Batman, and they should be everywhere together, and that's the great approach. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you manage the strategies again for clients? I just want to a little bit break down that, from my perspective, because I am selling to businesses as well, and here is the 2 options. First of all, I can put my superhero hat and
Mhm.
just get all the responsibilities on the result and suggest only one right strategy for them, or I can just ask they what they want and implement for them. What do you suggest to do? Like, be an expert and superhero and suggest your probably not the best, but from your perspective, the good one strategy for them, or just count on their questions and count on their request and set up the loyalty program like they want. How do you suggest to operate here?
It's always best if you can make your customer out to be the hero or paint a picture where they can envision themselves being the hero. And you're more of, and I'm totally taking this from a book that's totally blanking out on me with the title. So this is not an Amanda original idea here. But when we can focus on making, and it's a sorry, I got a little tangent there. When we can focus on helping them to realize that they can be their own hero by implementing some of these tools, all we're doing, all I'm doing is empowering them with the right tools to allow them to achieve the goals they want to set for their restaurant or their business. And so I kind of I want them to be the hero. I want them to come up with identifying what their business goals are, and then I help them narrow it down and more of their um how does the book say it? I think the book calls it like a sensei, like you're guiding them to the right decision, but they're making the decision. And on the outside outcome of that, they're the hero in that story, in that dialogue. And I don't suggest walking in there thinking I have all the right answers. It's the fastest way for people to close the door in your face. In fact, I had a client, Great American Pizza, and John distinctly would pull me aside. And he was a client of mine for at least 2 years. Distinctly would pull me aside and he's like, Manda, I just love how you come with while I have the answers and I have the knowledge, I don't talk to him like I know better than him. I talk and I help him to pull out those right answers. And it really makes a huge difference. Like their value to you. Oh my God. The relationship you build by doing that is amazing.
Like operate like a good shrink. Good shrink do not tell you what you need to do, but just asking the right questions.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to doing that too. Yes, that's a good way. Yeah, they guide you on that right journey. That's correct. Yes. And that's what I feel like my job is.
Absolutely. Loyalty shrink, it's a new probably position, new profession in this
I like
role.
it. Well, it's
Wow.
kind of freeing, Mike, to be honest with you. If you go in with that mindset, they're setting their own goals. They're deciding which one is the best for them. And I don't have to say, well, I told you that this is the best solution for you. And I told you this is what you should be giving away or any of that. They're telling me what to include and I personalize it. So it's very freeing on my side because they are the ones making the decisions for their own business. A lot
Yeah,
less
definitely.
liability on my side.
Definitely agreed. Okay, my next question actually, could you please describe particularly some kind of successful campaign that you run for your client? You could not describe the client if it's not good for you. You can describe the and disclose the client if it's good for you. But what I want to know, and I believe our listeners and watchers also want to know, that the strategy, the setup, and the outcome that you could generate, that you already can generate for your client, with maybe
All right.
some details, some numbers, if it's fine for you, it could
I
be
might not
interesting.
have the numbers because I don't have anything else pulled up on my screen right now, but I'm going to do my best for you. How
No
about
worries.
that? Okay, perfect. I will tell you that my best customer is actually a food truck. And food trucks really need to be able to connect with their customer base, collect that phone number, the emails, and things of that nature. They need to tell people where they're going to be and when, or if they have to cancel or whatever. Their situation changes so much. So the value there is amazing, right? I can instantly improve their situation. They're my best customer, not just because they see the value in our service. They're my best customer because number one, I utilize the coupon. So I used to run their ads. Now it kind of runs on their own for them. But we utilize their coupon and that one-time offer, and we utilize the list that we're building, and we're only giving it to people that through meta ads that are not on our list already, so that we can already like really kind of funnel and target the right people in the area that their food truck frequents. So that's getting them to actually stop and actually driving that new business. The loyalty aspect then is getting them to have a reason and an excuse to follow their little truck around, right? So that they can actually go and eat the food that quite frankly, the best smash burgers you're going to get in Kansas City. So now they can actually follow them around quite a bit and be able to see that. But they can easily now make those announcements to the people that already know their food truck is loved, on where they're going to be. Like that is the best customer I've had is definitely a food truck, and I really love to go after those guys because I think it's a fun one to benefit. The other one that I've utilized, it would be less focused on the coupon and client acquisition based, but it's a brick and mortar, technically a business because it's food service, but you order their stuff online and then you walk in the door and it's a charcuterie restaurant. So for them, once I started talking about the paid memberships element, little Leah's face just lit up. She was like, this is a good idea. And it's interesting because it's usually the younger business owners that really see that potential, and that concept is very more comfortable with them than it is some people that are maybe 50 and over that you have to do a little bit more explaining to. But she was great. We got their membership pay, launched, and she went ahead and just made a post on her regular Facebook page of, "Hey, we've got this paid membership for this particular situation. It's a monthly date night. And so you can
I saw
come
on
and have
your
the."
Facebook, it looks very exciting actually. Good idea.
It
Good
is
idea
really
from nothing
exciting.
actually,
So,
to be honest.
one of the cool things to do with a paid subscription is to help the business add value without giving something like financial away, like without taking something from them. So, her paid membership, she's not asking any less than her normal monthly rate for that date night board. But she collaborates with local businesses around her to include a
Mm,
separate date night with it. And every month it's a bonus surprise. So you don't know what you're going to get. So this month, and of course I'm a paid subscriber, this month it's to like a place where I get to go smash things with a hammer, and like they have cars and you can just take out your aggression. How fun. Like but next month, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like, I have no idea. But all she did was contact local business owners and say, "Hey, I'm doing
mhm.
this. I wanna send you business. Can you give them an exclusive offer?" And we were talking about that, I was like, "Girl, you only need 6 to 12 businesses. That's 6 to 12. That's it. Because you can repeat, right? Like, it would be okay." And then also we're including, like, relationship questions to get the conversation started, kind of questions. Very easy. It's a piece of paper that she prints. But anyway, she made one post on social media, and in 2 weeks' time, she already has, I think it was 12 paid subscribers. And it makes her every month consistently that she can predictably get close to $500 a month. So within those first 2 weeks of launching, I'm already paid for. She can't fire me because now she's got this club going. Like, and it's just going to grow every single month. And she's going to make more announcements of this month, we're going to get this. You can't wait for this, like, so it's just going to grow hype. And people in the neighborhood are like, whoa, I've never heard of anything like this. Like, they're excited.
Yeah, yeah, I think it sounds like a collaboration, like she nailed it, like with you together, and together we've built, some good strategy that really works. And I believe, 12 subscribers, it not sounds like too much for 2 weeks, and probably what's the population of the city in general?
She's in a suburb of Kansas City, so I mean it's pretty populated around her. But it's not like downtown city. It's more suburbs, I guess, is what you could say. So probably 50
Mhm.
to 60,000.
Well, I mean, might be it makes sense to try to share this opportunity using other channels, not only the Facebook post, because sounds like a gem. You
Mhm.
could subscribe, and it's a weekly or monthly visit included in
It
this plan.
it's a monthly. Yeah, it's a
Monthly, and you
monthly.
could expect every month you will have a party at this
Mhm.
place. It's a good thing
It's very
because you
cool.
could probably, we started today from very beginning from this conversation that usually right now people prefer to predict their job and work time, but it's a really right approach to predict and plan your parties, plan
Yeah.
your chill time. It's very important. Very smart, very smart. Look, uh, what do you tell in general in terms of membership cards? It's something our the latest feature that we publish it in terms of the loyalty mechanics. And
Mhm.
what do you think and what do you feel about the powerful, you know uh, easy to start, easy to set up, or maybe some problems you could highlight with this card type? Share your thoughts on it, please.
I would say setting it up the first time felt intimidating. Um, and it did feel a little intimidating. um, and that's because you do have to integrate it into Stripe. So if you are more similar to me and you're not as familiar with the Stripe integration or Stripe in general, it just felt like I was walking into uncharted territory a little bit. But Stripe knows that, and they were very smart in how they set up their stuff. And so it was literally just answering questions with my customer. So we have the customer set up their Stripe account. So I'm just sitting side by side her. And actually, in this particular situation, I was doing a Zoom and I just took over her mouse and helped her know where to click. Um, so it really was a matter of answering the questions, and as long as you had the answers to the questions, which were really basic business questions about her own business, so it wasn't my answers, um we could go through that process. So it was much easier. In hindsight I was like, oh, that wasn't so intimidating, like it wasn't so bad, but it was a little intimidating at first. um that was your first question, right? Like, how was the setup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remind me what the second question is? I got a little lost.
Well, I just want to understand what the potential do you see with this card type? Does it possible to make it like your flagship product, or it will be your side offer to your clients? How do you consider this product for your future offering?
Yeah, I think that's the one card that I would say is more business specific and whether or not it's going to apply to them or not. Coffee shops, absolutely. Breweries, out of this world. They will jump off their bar stool and come sign up if you walk into a brewery with that. Like, they will be all over that. I've been into several breweries that are using, anyway, a whole mess of ways to achieve the same thing in a very unprofessional way. So it steps up their game equal with their far reaching competitors. So breweries are a great opportunity for that. Coffee shops instantly see it. Anytime you have even like a high-end restaurant, if you can create something like an experience out of that membership, so it's more than about the food, it's about, oh, you're going to get VIP seating and you're going to get a bottle of champagne instantly as soon as you come in on this date night. Like, if you can experience that, create this experience for them, then high-end restaurants would be all over that, because high-end restaurants are all about the experience. Um,
Definitely.
so there's just so many, and that's just in the food realm. Don't get me started on all the other applications you could do it with, small businesses. No, I think that membership cards is what we're calling it in Boomerang Me, but subscription clubs is essentially what that is. Uh, it's catching on in the United States like crazy with major restaurant chains. So I use that as my example. A restaurant chain here called Applebee's has a date night that they do. Taco Bell does Taco Week. Panera Bread Company is very easy to find their statistics on how successful they are. By the way, you got to do is Google them. People spend 11 times more at their restaurant just because of their SIP subscription club for drinks.
Am I right? Got you 11 times more. Wow.
11 times more at Panera Bread Company because of, well, I don't know if you've seen this on like TikTok, but girl math. Okay. The concept of, I'm not actually giving you money for this drink, so it's free. Even though in reality I am paying for it, I'm just not physically paying for it. So girl math says, well, then I can also get a bagel for myself, and since I'm going to my girlfriend's house, I'll go ahead and buy her a drink too, because everything else is free. So they're just adding a whole bunch of stuff to their cart. And I tell that is a line I share with my restaurant customers. It's huge.
Well, actually I much appreciate this approach. I name it like Robin Hood style, just grabbing ideas from the big brands and share those ideas with SMBs. And I think it's absolutely right, because they have a lot of marketing staff inside a company who thinking about it, who testing it. They spend a lot of money and time to figure out what works, what not. And for our clients, because we're targeting SMBs mostly and local businesses preferably, it's not even possible in
Mhm.
general. And just the
Mhm.
one way how to compete with the big brands, with big franchise chains, it's actually to copy them and be much better in some places, with your offering, with your services, with your experience. You're absolutely right in terms of experience. I think the fine dining restaurants we visit not for food, but for spend the time
Well, not
with
for
someone,
discount, right? So fine dining
not for this,
people, they're
no,
not there for a
for
discount. They don't want
compliments.
that free appetizer. They wanna be treated extra special. So how can you help that restaurant achieve that? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Because every time I prefer to say that loyalty it's not about the discounts and benefits. Loyalty it's about the compliments. It's about the relationships that brands could build with their clients. But loyalty program it's a compliments based on the regular based basis, right?
Mm.
You have some plan, and your customers could understand and could predict something from you, and they have it's actually it's also the game of gamification, because if
Yeah.
you are on the beginner level you will get table in the center of the restaurant. If you will be the pro, you will be
You have to
sit
sit
close
by
to
the
the window.
bathrooms. You can move further
Yeah,
away.
like maybe you remember the Foursquare. I didn't know. I do not know it works or not still, but maybe you remember something 10 years ago. The major restaurants in the U.S., in the New York, as I remember, they're offering the uh, purple tables, like a
Mm,
king tables,
mm.
for their Foursquare leaders
Wow.
who target their restaurants much more than others, like leaders.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's experiences like that that a lot of like chefs and like we're talking like people that really get in there. Um that's really what they're dreaming when they're creating their restaurant. Like you're talking their language when you go in and you're talking like that. Like that's what they want. They want people to crave that environment. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. They get very excited, let's say it that way.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much. The next question is actually we already talked about the honey, but I just want to talk about some bad things about the churn rate and objections that you handled from your clients. Basically, how many no's you've got from your prospects? How many
Yeah.
no's when you're trying to sell? How many
Sure.
declines you got when you're trying to close the deals? Let's
I
talk about
am
that.
I am closing close to 50% so far. And actually, I'm probably at or a little above 50%. It's just that I haven't there's a little delay on actually signing that contract and getting me the first payment on a couple. So, for example, I started this in January and I've now pitched 30, close to 30 times. I think it's technically 29. And I can track that in Boomerang Me. So it's really nice to be able to see those numbers. 11 have closed and I've onboarded right now. I have 3 in the wings right now where I'm just kind of like, they're waiting on something very specific out of my control. Um, so, from that, I can easily see how many I haven't closed yet. So I'm right around that 50% closure rate.
Let's talk about the reasons to decline your offer.
That one's a little harder for me, Mike, to be transparent. Don't handle objections very well. I'm not naturally a salesperson. A lot of times, my objections, my objections are pretty soft. Like they don't have hard reasons why not to move forward with me. My price point is usually on par with what they need. So I'm not getting a price objective at the $200 level, which actually tells me that I need to increase it maybe just a little bit more. But my objections are more like situational in-house that I can't control. We're getting ready to start our new POS system. I don't want to do anything until after that gets done. They're like little things like that are just so situational that I don't quite, I'm not versed at handling them well. And it's definitely a weak point for myself.
Well, well, good answer, actually. Thank you so much. And
I'll be
is
transparent.
my
I want to be clear.
yeah, and I appreciate it. It's very good. Today, actually, I just trying to check, by the way, all the comments from the chat, and Nick asking, are you going to present the Boomerang platform today? Actually, not, Nick. Today, we're going to talk with Amanda for the whole time, for the whole hour, and, discuss probably the most popular pain points, anxieties, and other problems from the clients. And we're going to talk about the sales today, because I think if you want to learn something about the product, just watch our YouTube channel, just check out our knowledge base. And I think we spent more than 1 year past to, prepare all the information about everything inside the product. And yes, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your questions through the chat. And this is my first announcement, technical. I should tell technical announcements, Amanda. Sorry, for the each webinar. And for today, I have two. And the first one, that we publish it, the intercom chat, in your white label domain dashboard. If you will open your dashboard, you will see the intercom support chat in your right bottom corner. Doesn't matter, you open it your dashboard from app.boomerang.cars, or you open it your dashboard from your domain name. You will be able to ask your question directly from our support team 24/7, only in English language, unfortunately, right now, but we are working about to add the Spanish speaker in our team very soon. And also we got some questions and suggestions from our active resellers. They asked us to remove support chat from managers who are really, the teammates of agency,
Oh.
to hide the support chat from them. And we got you. Thank you for the suggestion. And we already hid it. Right now, only you as a general manager, as owner of account, you can see the support chat every time when you're logging in your dashboard to ask any questions. Please, welcome to do it anytime. And the second thing, Ismail says, objection are mostly insecurity or doubts, tells by different words. And I completely agreed with you, actually. Because not everyone will tell you the main reason why they don't want to sign a contract with you. Maybe
Mhm.
they don't trust you. Maybe they have any questions, but they do not want to spend the time right now to figure out all the things and be comfortable to sign this contract. But uh, could I suggest on it question, Amanda?
I would love
you
it.
know my best question, do you ready to pay for this now?
Mhm.
It's some kind of push, and we are obviously different with Amanda in terms of the sales approach and the mentality inside. And my best question, do you ready to pay for it right now? And the transparency and the truth start to be here, because if they say no, the next question why, and you go in by the objections one by one, and might be it's not so kind way to it's not something about to build the relations like, Amanda, you do with your clients. But in terms of the closures, it works for me for
Mhm.
like almost 15 years of my career. It's probably just my sales approach, and that's it.
Yeah.
Before I start, kindly, every time I'm asking the question, I'm trying to my goal actually on every sales pitch is to be helpful. Doesn't matter I will close this deal or not. We already together spend the time right now. I spend my life, you spend your life. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I appreciate it. And this is why I want to be helpful for you, to be, a reason why you should help me,
Mhm.
right? And this is why I start from the questions. From it is really important, from the sales Bible. You need to ask open questions only, that require the open answers on it. Like, you please avoid any questions that could be answered yes or not. It's absolutely not the way to start the dialogue with someone. Just ask how it was. In some cases, do you remember how you did you have some problems with customer retention? Did you remember the last case when your customers visit you for a long time, but you know give away, give out, and forget about your location? How did you manage this problem? Does it problem for you basically or not? If it's not a problem, might be I will not help you, and this is also the answer. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. But at least you need to be helpful on the conversation, ask the open questions, and if you feel that communication is going to the final, and you need to understand it's how we name it, SQL, sales qualified lead or not, from the business terminology. It's a simple question that really probably, for me, it's the best one. Do you ready pay for it right now or not?
Because it's direct.
Because
It's
yes,
direct.
yes, it should be used very kindly and very
Mhm.
smart,
Yeah.
not too pushy, not so hard. It should be like very native. Does it worth it to pay for it?
Mhm. I might try that. I usually will go with more of the question of, do you feel like this would benefit your restaurant? And so we talk about it from that point on. And it's difficult. I find it very, not being having a sales background, I find it very difficult to ask that very direct question because that's really what the bottom line comes down to, right? And I even on my last page where I've gone through the pitch deck and we've talked about stuff and things of that nature. And, I asked them, what questions do you have? I never asked, do you have any questions? But what questions do you have? Um, and then I always wait for them to say, well, how much is that? so, so I let them kind
It's
of
the right
prompt me into
question.
that because I have a difficult time asking that very direct question. And it's something I need to practice in order to get more confidence in.
Yeah, 100%. When your conversation going well, and obviously the conversation should finalize with this question: what the cost for this? But like Ismail says, objections are mostly insecurity or doubts. You could, if your conversation are very cold, right, and you cannot break the ice, and you cannot, to set up some trustworthy between the
Mhm.
parties. The good question, to unbox insecurity and ups and ask this simple question. Sorry for repeat that. Maybe might be it probably could help someone to close some deals.
Yep, that's what I'm hoping for too.
Okay, perfect. My next question: what are some key metrics or indicators you use to measure the success of a loyalty program for your clients?
Well, I want to say I love the newest update for the analytics, the ROI. Yeah, the
It
entire
was
point.
prepared question for this point,
I love
especially.
it. The fact that they can log in and now I show it to them. Like I'm like so excited. So those of you that don't know about the update, my customers can log in and on their ROI dashboard, it's highlighted in a cute little color, and it says, for every dollar you're paying me, you are getting blank dollars back. So it very, very, very quickly is immediate answer. Is this making me money or is it making me lose money? And even if that number is every dollar you give me, I give you two, you're still profiting business, right? So if they're looking for ways to cut revenue, expenses or anything like that, and they log in to see, is this profitable for me? That's the very first thing that they see. And I don't have anybody that's not in the happy green. Like everybody's doing great. So that's my very favorite one to know whether or not it's actually working. Um, then it just goes down to, for myself, right? For the restaurants, if I want to check in on them, how are they doing? It goes to the very basic. You can see if there's a problem inside that restaurant or inside that business with the very basic information. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's things like, are they consistently onboarding people? When was the last time, I can very quickly tell when was the last time somebody signed up and when was the last time somebody redeemed something. And if I'm starting to see a couple of days go where there's no activity, there's something in-house, not a loyalty club problem, in-house, that I need to call and follow up with that restaurant owner or that business owner and be like, hey, I'm seeing this. What's going on? How can I help? And so I can start that conversation and help them.
Perfect. Perfect. 100% agree. Thank you so much for highlighting this feature because, I'm an author of this feature and it's a pleasure to hear all your
Oh,
feedback
good.
about that.
Oh
To
my
be
god, I
honest,
get
because,
so
for
excited.
me, it's a very important to make sure that your service cannot be canceled anytime. Because, for what I realized something about 1 month ago, I realized that only me as one person probably in the world understand that loyalty is the highest ROI tool in your toolkit as a business. But it was suddenly for me, but no one from the business side think about loyalty, about how to about the investment. They think about the loyalty, how like about the expense
Mhm, mhm,
we spend for loyalty. We spend for loyalty. I'm asked. I did some couple of calls with my existing clients, and they say we have expense, we have expense, we pay for you, we pay for it. I ask why it's expense, why you pay. Yes, of course you pay for us because because it's a business to business. We cater to you, we provide you services. It's fine. uh, what do you get back from this? Well, our clients, our customers, really happy to get additional slice of pizza, and looks like it's funny for them. How many revenue do you generate? We don't know. We don't have any clue about that. I said, wow, do you know that you have a feature in the dashboard to ask your managers to fill in the transaction amount after each transaction? Doesn't matter. It's adding bonus points or redeeming rewards. Doesn't matter. You will track all the incoming money and outcoming money as a bonuses. We didn't know about that. We use your platform just to make our customers funny with additional slice of pizza. I realized, oh wow, it's a big problem, and we quickly updated our platform with this ROI in the money, not because I figured it out the percentage. It probably looks like a misleading. If you can see, your loyalty ROI, it's 11,054 554%.
mm,
How many
mhm,
it's in real money? Sounds like
mhm,
too much. At the same time, it looks like it not true.
mhm.
At the same time, you cannot recalculate quickly into the dollars this amount.
Correct.
It means it tells you nothing, right?
Yep. Right.
And right now, you could calculate it in real bucks, in real money, in real green
Yep.
signatures. And this is important. This is important, and my recommendation to everyone, guys, please make sure that your clients with your service really track expenses and revenue from the loyalty program, because if in this case, if you will make sure that it's going right on their side, on the business side, your service cannot be canceled at any time. Because business can cancel any services, but obviously not the service that invested $1 and get back $3. It's really strange to cancel the service.
I've got
Okay,
I think I have 2 that they're paying me $1 and I'm making them back 30.
it sounds like a crazy, true,
It's kinda
but
nice.
it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. It's true. And if they have some questions, please check the dashboard, track the statistics, track the
Mhm,
income, outcome. And actually, just today morning, I've got some recommendations and suggestions from our beautiful community. Thank you, guys. Really love you all. And they said they asked us to add the transaction value in the transaction history, and we will add it to quickly, get a sum up of the day, how many we generated from the loyalty, how many we spent for rewards, and to quickly make your calculation. I want to say we will improve our loyalty ROI calculator. By the way, by the time, please don't hesitate to share your faults and your suggestions how we can improve it, because we're talking about money. Money, it's international language that
mhm,
talk everyone in this world, and we want to talk in money language as well. Loyalty, it's not about the benefits, it's not about the gifts, it's about relationships and money.
mhm.
That's it. uh, Perfect. Well, I have too many questions in advance, and I have 5 minutes to finalize this. Amanda, it's even impossible to discuss all the topics with you for the 1 hour, and this is the good thing. Thank you so much for your really insightful and deep answers of my questions. I just want to highlight a couple of updates for the platform. The next update that we published during this week, we gave you the ability to renew your sub account trial period just one time for additional 14 days. Why we did it? Because if you run Richie creates a lot of sub accounts on the trial period and start reaching out to them using GPT-4, using a sequence of 6 emails with right and kind messaging. But probably your prospect could, start about these messages after 1 month into their inbox after vacation, like me right now, for example. And the trial is gone already, and agency need to delete this account and create this account using manual prospecting again from the ground. It's not a big deal, to be honest. It's something about takes something about 5 minutes, but it's additional workload. As an agency, I believe we all are very lazy guys. We want to do less and get more, less laptop and more beach, right? It's a motto of our
Right.
job. And yes, right now you just need to push the one button and reactivate the trial period for your sub account for additional 14 days. It's available for you guys. Welcome to check it. And my buddy, my teammate Mike, already recorded a couple of videos, and I believe he already posted them on our Facebook group, in our Facebook community. Please don't hesitate to check and support Mike. It his first initial public videos for our community, and Mike will support us with technical updates future. I will update you with some marketing and big features update as previously. You can count on me. And the last thing that I want to highlight, by too many requests from our potential customers, we decided to prolong our offer for unlimited sub accounts for agencies by the end of the May. With the same price for $3,000, you could subscribe for a year without any borders, without any limits, and you could onboard, like 1 million clients if you want, if you can, of course. Welcome to do that without any fees or obligations from our side. Let's do it and let's consider it, because from June, we will think about to prolong or not this offer, or if we decide to prolong this offer, 100% it will be for the higher price. We will increase the price for unlimited sub accounts because we see the huge demand and huge request from agencies
That's a
for
big
this plan.
savings. If you're out there selling, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a fact, because monthly plan costs you 259. If you pay 3,000 for a year, you pay just 250, and you get unlimited subs in additional. Sounds like a no-brainer, I believe. Well, just want to add that we use this as a promotion to kick up our sales, get more agencies, build more case studies together. I want to say it will be the not unlimited offer for every time from our company. Please consider it if you consider to start journey with us. Amanda, actually, it's a pleasure to talk with you every time. Thank you so much for your time. I want to say you're already my friend of mine, and it's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to talk to you every time. I'm really so excited to watching and tracking your journey, tracking your traction. And you can count on me if you have any questions, any updates, if you need any support. Just push me, and we will solve all the questions. We will solve all the problems and close more deals together, because 11 clients, am I right, active right now?
11 clients in 4.5 months. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad, but wish you achieve 100 by the end of the summer. I will be here to support on that.
I'm really excited. I'm definitely on par for what my personal goals are, and so as long as I keep moving forward, and I can still be a mom and I can still be a good wife, I'm a happy girl.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. See you next time on our regular time on next Wednesday, and we will talk about the new features and about the sales. Take care. Have a good
Bye,
one.
guys.